To wake up at 4:15 a.m. Over 18 years old, 7 to 9 hours minimum, 6 hours sleep time. 22 hours 15 minutes. 14 to 17 years old, 8 to 10 hours minimum, 7 hours sleep time. 21 hours 15 minutes. Let me tell you something that might shock you. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not hard. What's hard is admitting that you've been approaching it the wrong way your entire life. Most people believe early rising is about willpower. They think it's about being stronger, more motivated, more disciplined. So they set 3 alarms. They watch a motivational video. They promise themselves that tomorrow will be different. And for 3 days it is. Then they crash. I know this because I used to be that person. I'm not speaking from theory. I'm speaking as someone who has spent years studying habit formation, circadian biology, behavioral psychology, and more importantly, someone who failed at waking up early more times than I can count. Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't fail at 4 a.m. because you re-lazy. You fail because you're refighting your biology with motivation. And motivation always loses. If you read between 20 and 50 years old, juggling work, responsibilities, stress, deadlines, maybe even family, your nervous system is already overloaded. Adding a random 4 a.m. alarm without a system is like trying to sprint on a broken ankle. It's not a character flaw. It's poor design. The easiest and most effective way to wake up early every day is not about pushing harder. It's about building a system your body agrees with. That's what we're going to build together. If you want practical systems instead of temporary hype, subscribe to this channel. I don't make videos to excite you for 5 minutes. I make them to change how you operate for years. Now let's dismantle the real problem. Most people think the problem is I can't wake up. That's not the problem. The real problem is sleep debt. You are not undisciplined. You are under-recovered. Let's walk through the pattern I see over and over again. You decide to wake up at 4 a.m. You feel powerful the first morning, maybe even the second. By day 3, your body feels heavy. Your focus slips in the afternoon, so you take a quick nap. That nap becomes 90 minutes, sometimes 2 hours. Now your sleep pressure is reduced. Night comes. You are not tired. You scroll, you watch something, you fall asleep late. The next morning, 4 a.m. feels impossible. You think, I just need more discipline. No, you need alignment. There is something called sleep pressure. The longer you stay awake, the stronger your biological drive to sleep becomes. When you nap for long periods during the day, you release that pressure. You disrupt the rhythm your brain is trying to maintain. Then there's your circadian rhythm, the internal clock regulated by light exposure and hormonal cycles. Around early morning, cortisol naturally rises. That rise helps you wake up. But if you slept too late or disrupted your cycle, that spike doesn't align with your alarm. So what happens? Your alarm goes off while your brain is still in deep sleep. That's why it feels violent. Coffee 1 fix that. Motivation 1 fix that. Quotes 1 fix that. You cannot out-discipline biology. The goal is not to wake up early at any cost. The goal is to wake up early without needing to recover in the afternoon. If you still need a 2-hour nap, you are not waking up effectively. You are borrowing energy from the future. And borrowed energy always demands interest. Here's where most advice gets extreme. Some people tell you to wake up at 2 a.m. Others say 5 a.m. is the only success time. Social media romanticizes 4 a.m. as if it's magical. Let me simplify this. The real power is not in the number, it's in the window. There is a period of time between night and sunrise, when the sky is no longer fully dark but the sun hasn't risen yet. Birds begin to move. The air feels different. The world is quiet but not asleep. This is what I call the twilight window. That window is powerful because your body is already transitioning. Melatonin is decreasing. Cortisol is rising. Your brain is coming out of deeper sleep stages naturally. You are not forcing wakefulness. You are cooperating with it. Here's how you calculate it. Find your local sunrise time. Wake up roughly 60 to 90 minutes before it. That might be around 4:15 in summer, around 5:15 in winter. It shifts with seasons, and that's okay. Humans were not designed to live by rigid clock numbers detached from sunlight. Now reverse engineer your bedtime. If you are 18 or older, you can function well on around 6 solid hours if you are healthy and consistent. If you are younger, you likely need 7. That means if you plan to wake at 4:30, you must be asleep by 10:30 at the latest, not in bed asleep. This is where most people sabotage themselves. They decide on a wake-up time but never redesign their night. The morning begins the evening before. And let me add something new here. Light is everything. If you wake before sunrise, Expose yourself to light as soon as the sun appears. Step outside, open a window. Let natural light hit your eyes. This anchors your circadian rhythm and strengthens tomorrow's wake up. Early rising is not about rebellion against sleep. It's about partnership with your biology. Now let's make this practical. Discipline fails when decisions are required at 4 a.m. So we remove decisions. First, mental rehearsal. Before sleeping, visualize yourself waking up calmly. See yourself turning on the light, standing up, walking to the bathroom. Feel it mentally. Your subconscious responds to rehearsal. This is why you wake easily for flights or important events. You've already convinced your brain it matters. Second, controlled hydration. If you wake naturally during the night, drink slightly more water than usual. Not excessively, just enough that by early morning, there's physiological pressure to get up. This is not punishment. It's leverage. Third, immediate activation. When your alarm rings, lights on instantly. No lying there. No scrolling. Fold your blanket before entering the bathroom. If the bed remains inviting, your brain will negotiate. Never negotiate at 4 a.m. Fourth, emotional anchoring. Choose one piece of audio, a song, a sound, even a short recorded message to yourself that triggers emotion. Emotion overrides grogginess. Pair that sound only with waking up. Over time, your brain associates it with movement. Now let's add something most people never discuss. The 5-minute momentum rule. You are not required to conquer the world at 4 a.m. You are required to move for 5 minutes. Stretch. Splash cold water. Walk, read 1 page. Journal 3 lines. Momentum creates identity. Also, design your environment the night before. Clothes ready, water ready, journal open, remove friction. No phone for the first hour. Protect your mental clarity before the world invades it. And finally, track consistency, not perfection. A simple 30-day grid where you mark each successful morning. You're not chasing intensity, you're rebuilding proof. Over time, something shifts. You stop trying to wake early. You become someone who wakes before the sun. Let's be honest, you don't wake at 4 a.m. just for productivity. You wake for power, not loud power. Quiet power. There is something transformative about being awake while the world sleeps. The silence is not empty. It's spacious. It allows thought without noise, decision without pressure. When you consistently win the first hour of your day, your self-respect changes. You trust yourself more, and trust is the foundation of discipline. 1 extra focused hour per day equals 365 hours per year. That's over 9 full work weeks of uninterrupted self-investment. Imagine putting that into learning, training, building, thinking. That compounds. But the deeper reward is psychological. You begin to realize that you can design your life instead of reacting to it. Early mornings taught me that discipline is not harsh. It's precise. It's not about suffering. It's about structure. And here's what I want you to understand clearly. You don't wake at 4 a.m. to impress social media. You wake at 4 a.m. to meet the version of yourself that only shows up when there is no applause. The easiest and most effective way to wake up early every day is not intensity. It is alignment. Alignment with light. Alignment with sleep. Alignment with identity. If you build the system, the habit builds itself. And when that happens, you won't need 3 alarms. You'll wake up before the world does. Not because you have to, but because you've become the kind of person who does. Here's the truth most people never hear. Waking up at 4 a.m. is not about the clock. It's about control. It's not about proving you're tougher than everyone else. It's about proving you can design your life instead of reacting to it. When you align your sleep with biology, remove negotiation in the morning, eliminate long daytime naps, and build a simple system that works with your body instead of against it, early rising stops being dramatic. It becomes natural. And when something becomes natural, it becomes sustainable. The real transformation isn't in the hour you gain. It's in the identity you build. Every morning you wake before the sun, you send yourself a signal. I keep promises to myself. That signal compounds. It changes how you approach work, health, learning, and even relationships. Discipline stops feeling like force. It starts feeling like clarity. The deeper lesson here is simple but powerful. Success in any area of life is not built on motivation. It is built on alignment and systems. When your environment, biology, and identity move in the same direction, progress becomes almost automatic. So here's how you apply this starting today. Don't begin with 4 a.m. Begin with alignment. Choose a wake-up time that fits your sunrise. Reverse engineer your bedtime. Eliminate long, daytime naps. Prepare your environment before you sleep. Protect your first hour in the morning. Do this consistently for 30 days. Done. Chase intensity. Build stability. Now I want to ask you something simple. If you could gain one uninterrupted hour every morning for the next year, what would you use it for? Now comment below and share your answer so we can all learn from each other's goals and perspectives. And if you found this video helpful, if it gave you even one idea you can apply to your life, please subscribe to support the channel so I have the motivation to continue producing valuable videos for you.